What's up, guys? It is the Sound Alchemist here with
Gersh1,
and we're back at it to answer your questions in another episode of For the Greater.
So this is a video series where we answer the questions left by you, the viewer. If you want your question answered, simply put question in front of your question in the comment section below. We get to those first. So let's not waste any time and get this game started. If you hear the word question, you get to take a drink of your choice, whether that be Pepto-Dismal, whatever alcoholic beverage, or
Sunny D.
So this question comes from Ethan Warner. What would happen if a Primarch sides with the Eldar or the Tau? Well, let's break it down real quick, because what Primarch is out right now?
Guilliman.
And who helped him come back to life?
Ennead, which is a god of the Eldar.
Wouldn't it make perfect sense for the future of the Imperium for Guilliman to ally himself with the Eldar to defeat Chaos? Because the Eldar hate Chaos.
Yeah, Slaanesh specifically.
Do you see the storyline going in that route?
Definitely. In the end of the Gathering Storm 3, Rise of the Primarch, you had Guilliman being revived by the Eldar, and for a good portion of that, they traveled together and they fought together. But before Guilliman actually got onto Terra, the Vizarch and Yvrain basically left. And Guilliman was like, you know what? We're going to call a truce. We won't attack Eldar. We'll let you guys go free. But if we need your help, you got to come help to our aid. So that was kind of an ultimatum for him. Like, we'll leave you alone, but hey, we could F you up if we want to. So, yeah, I see them working together, especially since they both hate Slaanesh and Chaos and all that. And that is Guilliman's main goal, number one right now, to drive back the forces of Chaos. So definitely I think we'll see them in the near future.
Yep, will we see some type of box set where they might become allies of convenience? I think so.
Mm-hmm.
Good question, and let's move on.
This one's by Kel the Zwad. Say if a director such as Michael Bay or Peter Jackson directed a brand new movie series on the Horus Heresy, holding true to the books, do you believe that this series would make more profit over Star Wars, and why? Also, how do you think this series would impact the 40K community?
No, definitely not more than Star Wars. Star Wars is a worldwide phenomenon.
Mm-hmm.
Warhammer 40K is known by a lot of people in the UK and a good handful of people in the other Western countries.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, that's it.
Yeah. It's not a very big audience, so if GW made a movie, I highly doubt we'll get a great director such as Peter Jackson or like Cameron. What's his name?
Diaz.
Yeah, Cameron Diaz. Or J-Lo, for that matter, directing it. If you do go with Michael Bay, it's just going to be a whole bunch of explosions and product placement. So it'd be a very chaotic universe.
Yep, and then that brings up a good point. Like how the community would react would all depend on how they treat the actual story. Mm-hmm. You said it would be true to the books. If that's the case, then yeah, the community's gonna be like, oh, this is awesome, and they would like just consume everything that has to do with the movie.
Mm-hmm. Now, one thing about Hollywood is a lot of times they want to start their own universe, like how Sony tried to do with the Amazing Spider-Man. Obviously, that didn't go anywhere, and I think that's how it'll end up with 40K. Because honestly, this could be a multi-movie kind of thing if you go through the whole book series of the Horus Heresy, even into 40K if it does that well. But I don't see it happening.
What was that? Somebody just got shot. Next question. That fish guy. Do you guys have any grapes? No, we don't fucks with grapes.
Mm-mm.
Next question.
Jimmy Miller. If the Tau figured out warp travel, would they be a long-term threat to the Imperium? No.
You don't think so?
I don't think so.
I think the unification of the Tau is something that's really rare other than the Tyranids, and look at how successful the Tyranids are. Of course, the Tyranids have a bunch of other, adaptations that have come about through just natural selection or whatever. But I think the Tau will be a good threat.
The way I see it is there's not enough of them to be a threat. Like, they can send their main force out, but once they start taking too much losses, they'll just retreat. So it'll be a bunch of, like, hit-and-run tactics, but I don't feel like that'll actually give the Imperium enough incentive to actually launch a full-scale attack on the Tau.
Unless the Tau are like, quiet about it, and they're like, yeah, we have warp travel, but we're gonna, like, you know,
keep it on the low.
Down low, and then slowly spread.
Yeah. Or at least ally with a bunch of, like, basically surround the Imperium with, like, allies of the Tau and then all attack.
Yep. Bright Glory. Do my comments make you sad? I don't really know your comments. So, can't say that they're sad. Someone's dying out there.
Yeah, people are getting shot out here.
Okay. Next question.
This one's by Stufer 2002. I'm a Chimera driver in the Mordian Iron Guard. The commander of the vehicle is female, and after intense fighting with Chaos cultists, her sex drive increased by 120%, and she gave me Road Dome when the vehicle was in transit. Unfortunately, I crashed into a building where a heavy weapons squad was encamped, killing the whole squad and a Space Marine advisor. What are my consequences, and should I eat my last pistol?
Yes. Your consequences is you'll die by the Inquisition's hands.
So hopefully you can get Road Dome one more time, and then it's time to bite the bullet.
But don't push your luck, because something else is going to get bitten off. Imperator Crispico. If Disney were... this is kind of the same question as before, but if Disney were to make a Horus Heresy animated movie, what animals would the Primarchs be?
Oh, that's interesting.
Lionel Johnson would be a lion. Sanguinius would be some type of bird.
Lehman Russ, wolf.
Yeah. What about I already said Sanguinius, right? Horus. A snake.
A snake.
No, I think he would also be a wolf, but like a dark wolf.
So like a puma, a jaguar.
Yeah, a jaguar. There you go. Like Guilty. No, what was it? Bloody Roar. The game.
Yeah. Who we missing? Vulcan would be a salamander.
Salamander, yep. And then the Perturabo would be a mole.
Dorn,
like a bunny, like a rabbit, like a sophisticated rabbit.
Who else? We got Alfarius and Omegon. They could be like a two-headed snake.
Or like a fox, something sly, slick.
True.
But yeah. Thanks for sending that question. Next question.
This one's by Damian Warmer. In your opinion, how does the fall of Cadia affect the Imperial Guard as a coherent fighting force? And since now they lost their poster boy, who will be the next Imperial Guard regiment to take their place?
That's a good question. I don't think they're gonna... I think that they're gonna have the same type of like outfit for the Cadia people. Maybe just change color scheme and like say that they were pushed back, but all their equipment and stuff is still being produced and sent to them. I think.
Yeah, I don't really feel like it's gonna have a great impact on them, because I haven't really heard anything about it recently. So. Next question. This one is by Harjinder Singh. Sorry if I butchered that. He asks, I've never collected 40k minis, but I did own some Lord of the Rings models. I've just started to seriously get into 40k by reading the Horus Heresy books. Do I need to buy the 40k rulebook and codex for a better understanding of the wider lore? For example, when the Emperor reunites with his Primarchs, etc.
It wouldn't hurt.
Yeah, definitely if you're actually going to start playing, you need the rulebook. And if you have one faction that you're really interested in, definitely get the codex. You'll find out their playstyle, their history, the lore, and basically anything you need to know about that specific faction.
Yeah, I mean, you could get all that stuff online, but who knows how long that's going to last.
Right, it's best to actually, well, at least I think it's best to actually have it and hold it in your hand.
Yeah, that way you go to the bathroom and you can read your codex.
And you don't got to worry about, is my tablet charged? Is my phone dying?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Eben Hart. Do you think that Guilliman will attempt to get rid of the ecclesiarchy as worship of the emperor, blessed be his name, goes against the imperial truth? If not immediately, then at all? Good work, guys. As much as I would love to, I don't think so, because you have to remember that Guilliman established the High Council of Terra, and he was okay with the structure that the High Council was taking. Of course, he was not alive during the Age of Apostasy and during the Imperial cult, coming to power and the ecclesiarchy coming to power. Mm-hmm. But I think he's going to see that and say, like, this is humanity's way of dealing with their government. For me to interfere would also go against what my father taught me of humanity should maintain or control themselves. So you're kind of like, he's caught between a hard place and, what is it?
A rock and a hard place.
There you go. Because one way he betrays his father by taking control, the other way he betrays his father by leaving them to their worship.
Mm-hmm. This was by Yumgaro. Who would win between the Imperium and the Dark Eldar, but they're both at their prime?
Ooh. I would say... Wait, who was it? The Imperium or the Eldar?
Yep.
I would say the Eldar, just because the Eldar seem to be so advanced during their height.
I would say the Imperium, because we never actually got to see them at their prime, because at one point or another, you didn't have all the Primarchs, or some of the Primarchs turned Chaos. If they were all Loyalist, and they were all there, like they weren't like,
the Dark Crusade.
Yeah, Dark Crusade, or
the Great Crusade.
Great Crusade, or busy worshipping Chaos or whatever, then I think they could take on anything.
And those were the questions for this week, guys. Thank you for sending them our way. Luckily, we did not get shot because of this warp drive-by. Mm-hmm. But yeah.
Yeah. Hit us up on Instagram, Twitter, Patreon, and Facebook for more things 40K. And as always, we'll catch you tomorrow. Sound Alchemist.
Gershwan.
We are One Mind Syndicate, and we are out of here.